So I am a Marine soldier. I am the assistant director at the school. Most of my role at the school involves doing a lot of technology related things. So keeping up with email lists and information and newsletters and things like that. I help with coming up with project ideas. And that's just mostly it.
Hi, I'm Nargis, and we established A.A.I.M.S Montessori School from home, and we moved to the bigger location that we are at right now. And my job is to be on the floor with the families, with the kids. I'm people person in that area. I cannot handle computers. They scare me. So I handle children, parents, families, and my garden.
Hi. My role at A.A.I.M.S is I'm a parent of one of the students. Student is sitting next to me right here. He's in kindergarten class, and he enrolled at A.A.I.M.S Montessori School for a Georgia pre-K program. We loved the school so much. We loved the fact that there was a garden that they were able to work in, and a lot of the other things that he's learned. He's talked about how he learned about community helper in the pre-K class, and he was dress up like community helpers. So being able to be independent and give back to the school and his community has been a huge draw with Montessori, and with A.A.I.M.S in particular. We absolutely love the school.
Initially, I was excited that we will be able to donate our clothes and shoes, which has piled up in a closet. But there was no way I was just going to dump it and throw it away. But to find someone who would actually use it is harder. And with COVID situation, many places I have seen has overflow, and I have seen bins that are just so overflowing. So I was worried, how am I going to contribute or donate these clothes? And there's no time that we have between me and my daughter. We are there from 7 to 6 at the school. There's no time for us we just unwind on Saturday. We do groceries and clean up our homes and stuff like that. So what happened was, when when you guys emailed and contacted us about being able to bring 2 bins, you was so clear about it that somebody will give us a call. And then Leo did give us a call, and he said, I will be there in 10 minutes. Are you available? And they were just so polite. And I was nervous because at that time I was busy doing 2, 3 other tasks. And he says, no worries. We have the side where to put the bins, and don't worry a thing about it. And he was so calm and polite on the phone. I was like, wow, half of my stress of where I'm going to put it, how am I going to do it, all that disappeared. And then I go to the door, he's right there, and they are saying, this is the place you had told us, this is exactly where you want, you're sure, ma'am? And I said, yes. And they said, you go ahead, do what you need to do, we will do everything, and you are good to go. And in the next minutes, I saw them lay the bins in the exact spot I wanted them to. They locked it up, they showed me how to operate it, they told me the details of how it's going to work. And that was it. It was like just counting 1, 2, and 3. That was it. I was like very happy with the service and how they delivered it.
So for the beginning, we did start with including it on our social media pages. We also sent a group email to all the families. This month, we'll also be sending it in our newsletter, our printed newsletter. So those are some of the ways we've started. And of course, at carpool times when, pick up and drop off happens with the students, we do discuss, and a lot of the times other parents will see students and other families dropping it off, and they'll ask, and they'll say, what's that? What's going on? So a little bit of word of mouth, and also quite a bit of information going through technology and social media.
And also the information going through the children.
Yes, talking with the children about it during their group time. We explain our mission and what we would like to accomplish through this. Where does it go? Why does it help? And during those group time sessions, they get to ask questions. And I think that is the most effective way to give parents that information through their children, because it shows their excitement, and they're able to convey it and why it's important to them, not just us as directors.
And when the children were waiting for carpool in the morning and in the afternoon, And while they're on the playground, we did take the children for a walk to the bin areas in groups of their classroom with their teachers. And mostly the pre-K and the older children, kindergartners and the 5 and 6 year olds, they had a lot of questions. They asked us, so where are the clothes that we will go? And we explained to them of what the information I got from Leo had explained to me, that it goes to people who need them, and that's how we distribute it. So, oh, so someone can use the clothes that we don't use, and we explain to them, yes, they make it ready for the people that it would be donated to. And then I also asked them about if they are not very good, and if they are really torn, you can still donate it, because Leo told me that they were going to put it at a recycling plant where they will make use of it by recycling these material. And so the children were very excited, and so we explained to them about the donation part and the contribution of it and how it's going to help other people. And in that time process, I remember Logan asking me, so it's going to help other people? And I said, yes, it will help other people. And we can't just go and find people who need stuff. This way, we are indirectly helping other people. So he just looked at me and he said to me, like, being a community helper. And so if we do that, we are going to be a community helper. And I'm like, yes, all of us can be a community helper if we do any kind of, giving without expecting from them. And he was so excited. And then after that, I saw Logan's mom put in some clothes in the bin by she was carrying him and putting it in the bin. And I was looking at Logan so delighted. And I told him, I really want to take a picture, but I don't want to break up the thrill that the child is having by donating it into the bin from his part.
Okay. So yeah, so using the bin on the at the school to donate clothes and shoes was something that how did it make us feel? I think that we're really excited to use it. Logan had been reminding me a few times that he wanted to make sure that we were going to donate and fill up the bins. He said that he really wanted to contribute and he wanted our school to win. He mentioned it a couple of times, and I knew that if he brought it up more than once, and every time we would drive by it during drop off, and he'd say, "Mom, I really want to do this. I really want to bring some clothes and shoes." For me, I've had them, meaning to bring them to Goodwill. I've just sort of just had them sitting by, and with the extra time these days. So it's convenient for me to bring it by. And I knew that when I went to pick Logan up from school that he would probably get a joy out of putting them into the bin themselves, himself. So I picked him up. I had the bags. He was holding the bag. I picked Logan up and he was able to drop it in the bin. It was worth it. He was a little bit heavy, but it was worth it because I know that he loved being able to contribute, and he wanted to put every bag in. We had 4, and still he's been asking family members to contribute. Do you have any clothes or shoes donations? We've talked about children in need before. We've talked families in need. We have a clothing swap with our friends. So if he's outgrowing clothes, he knows that he can give them to other children so that they can wear them. Sometimes that's how he receives clothes as well. So we want to keep that going. And especially now, we think about how we can contribute to our communities in whichever way possible, just trying to stay positive.
That's right.
The last flyer we actually were able to use because it was a fill in the blank style one. And we also used the JPEG graphic that was sent in the email too. So that we joined and put on our social media. And like I said, this month we'll send it as a printed form as well. So, and they were really high quality images, so they would be really good to include in those things. So versus sometimes when we have, suppose if we participate in something like that, we don't receive anything already made. I have to create it myself or have to, just use text. And so the fact that that was included in the email was very helpful.
container. So in that manner, the children were already learning how to save the planet by not necessarily throw away certain items that could have been going in the landfill and then in turn going in the ocean and in turn hurting the sea life and sea creatures. Having a donation bin at the school would be so convenient. And I didn't even know you guys would, there was a company that did that for no charge and for no fee for us to have it there. And in turn, y'all would give a certain amount for whatever contribution that the parents did. And also y'all would plant a tree. You were a whole package together, save the earth and be able to give away our stuff that we are not using anymore. You guys are perfect package.
Yes, so we are participating in the America Recycle Day program, and we have begun to send that information to parents so that they can participate. And we have included information about what is able to be donated, and that will be in our newsletter as well. We would like to encourage everyone to think about the link that recycling and taking care of our planet and each other, how important that partnership is between those two concepts, and that if we were to have any of those funds for the school, how we would reinvest it in different programs that would align with that. So suppose in parts of our garden or in creating more opportunities such as this, suppose if there were opportunities that needed to be paid for, such as we were looking into having a recycling donation bin for other things such as plastics, paper, and those things, and the cost was something that prevented us from doing that. This would be the perfect opportunity to reinvest that so that we can continue to give those important topics. We would definitely recommend this for other schools as well, now that we've had our experience so far.
Yes. We love you again.